Proportional relationships less than 6 notes. Example number 5. Alex is making grilled chicken with rice and beans. The relationship between the number of grams of protein Y and the number of servings X is given below for each recipe. Which food has more grams of protein per serving? So which has more grams of protein per serving? So underline that word per. Once again, we're going to be finding the unit rate. Let's write it over here. Okay, in order to compare them, I have to find the unit rate for each. Well, let's start with chicken. For the chicken, they give you an equation. When they give you an equation, you solve for Y. Now, I know we normally box the Y term, but I prefer my Y term on the left. And because this is a 0 over here, I could take either term to the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Y term to the left. So the opposite of negative 3Y would be to add 3Y to both sides. I like to have my Y on the left side of the equation. That's why I'm doing this. So that would cancel out. I've got 3Y equals 270x. Okay. Now I divide both sides by 3. So Y equals 27 divided by 3 is 9. So that would be 90x. Okay, so once you solve for Y, then I know that this is in slope-intercept form, and the slope is in front of X. So for the chicken, my slope is the number in front of X, which is 90. So my slope, my unit rate, which equals my slope, actually I'm going to write that the other way. So my slope, which equals my unit rate, equals 90 grams of protein per serving. It's 90 grams per serving. So I found the unit rate for the chicken. Now I need to find the unit rate for the rice and beans. But before I do that, once again, for the chicken, I solve for Y, put it in slope-intercept form, and then the slope is in front of X. And unit rate, rate of change, and slope are all the same thing. Okay, now for the rice and beans. For the rice and beans, I can pick any two numbers over here. So I could pick the 2 and the 42. I could pick the 3 and the 63, or I could pick the 5 and the 105. It doesn't matter. All right, but I like to use the numbers that are smaller and easiest to use. So I'm going to use the 2 and the 42. And I'm going to set up a rate. Now remember, this is your X column, this is your Y column, and rates are always Y over X. The rate is going to be Y over X. So for the rice and beans, my rate is the Y, which is 42 grams, over the X, which is 2 servings. I'm going to write that again. Again, it is 42 grams of protein in 2 servings. So now we divide to find the unit rate. 42 divided by 2 is 21. So that would be 21 grams of protein per serving. So again, I took, one of the ordered pairs from over here. I used the 2 and the 42. It's y over x, so I put the 42 over the 2 and divide that out to get 21 grams per serving. So, which type of food has more grams of protein per serving? Chicken has more grams of protein per serving. And if you think about it, that should make more sense, because where does most of our protein come from? It comes from meat. So the chicken would have more grams of protein per serving. All right. Pause your video. Make sure you have everything written down. Everything. If you have any questions on example number 5, please do not hesitate to ask.